So I want to talk about the Call of Duty League and what was the Call of Duty World League and where we could be moving in the future now that Microsoft is actively on the pursuit of purchasing Activision Blizzard. Looks like that deal is going to be going through. And I want to talk about this, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. So let's talk about it. So, guys, obviously, currently, in the year 2023, we have the Call of Duty League. A league, guys, a franchising league, essentially where you have limited teams, a massive buy-in to purchase a team, and something that is, in my mind, really special. But, a lot of times the people who are running the league are the people who have more of a traditional approach to like traditional sports and a traditional mindset in terms of how to run a league. And obviously we know, all of us who are in the gaming community and esports and things of that nature, that that's not how you build this thing that's going on, that being esports. Esports and traditional sports, they are different in massive, massive ways in terms of how you're creating revenue, salaries, all of those different things are different. And the Call of Duty League, although I do love the league, I love that you have a city-based franchising system for Call of Duty, I just didn't feel that it was quite there yet. We see the ramifications of what's happening with Overwatch, some of these other, franchised leagues, and Call of Duty, even though it is the biggest game in the world, it makes sense to have a franchising league, but there was something very special about the Call of Duty World League. First of all, I loved the name Call of Duty World League, the CWL. I loved this. I thought that, you could really build off of it. I also loved the concept of having, that open pool play where you had teams that could just be formed. I could form a team with, a few other guys. We could create a team and we could, work our way up that pool, and then maybe, just maybe, we could play against Crimsix and his team, or the Dynasty team of Optic, or, FaZe Clan, or whoever it was, and we could really test our skills and things of that nature. And obviously now you've got challengers, and that's fine, but there was something to be said for the Call of Duty World League. And do I think that we could be going back to that at some point? On one hand, guys, I believe that we should. I think that there is a real need for us to go back to this style to continue building Call of Duty from the inside out. And the Call of Duty League itself is not bad, in any stretch of the imagination. I think that, from viewership and things of that nature, we've been seeing increases, but I just feel that, you get the entire community involved when it was the Call of Duty World League. And we were on such a great trajectory with the Call of Duty World League. And then when the CDL got announced, I had a feeling that it was premature. We weren't there yet. And I feel still that we're not quite there yet. I mean, sure, the production value and things of that nature of, the production that they put on looks really good, but we hear that the experience from, going to the actual each and every one of the events and things of that nature, it just doesn't feel the same as that classic Call of Duty World League where, the way they had the station set up to this main stage, esports engine, they get it. MLG, Major League Gaming and all this stuff is something that Activision owns and they just have done nothing with it. There was something to be said about going back. And I know I've been in the Call of Duty community a long time. And so I'm considered probably an old head when it comes to all these things, when I say back in the day. But back in the day, guys, there was a magic about there being, Call of Duty being played in, one convention center. And then, you go to the next stage and it's Smash or StarCraft or CSGO. There was something so special about that where, you could walk from one venue to the next and, really experience all types of different games, whether it was a fighting game, whether it was a real-time strategy, whether it was a, first-person shooter like Call of Duty. I just feel that we need to get back to that, back to where people feel that there is a path to pro, even though, they have like this system in place with challengers and stuff for the Call of Duty League. It's just not being serviced like it was with the Call of Duty World League. And that goes from the events to the way that the way everything is set up. The challengers are like completely separate from the Call of Duty League. And, I feel that they gave all of that up to increase player salaries, to, do a number of other things. And it's created other issues within the Call of Duty League and just Call of Duty in general. And I feel that we need to go back to the Call of Duty World League. Do I think that we will? I think that there is a very good chance we will, because we see what's going on with the Overwatch League. We see what's going on with some of these other franchised leagues. Not all of them are doing it perfectly. Most of them are not doing it perfectly. If there's one that's doing it pretty well, I would say Valorant. Riot really has a pulse on a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, even that I feel was so premature to have a franchise league and a brand new game like Valorant. I just feel like where we are with Call of Duty, the largest game in the world still, I just feel, and when I say largest game in the world, guys, I'm talking, year over year, like it is the best selling game every single year. Sure, you got games like CSGO, Fortnite that have more viewership, whether it's on, Twitch or on YouTube, things of that nature. But there is such like a passionate fan base behind Call of Duty. I just feel that if you went back to the Call of Duty World League, and you had it where there was all these other teams that could get involved in going to events and all of that, I just think that it would blow this scene up even more, especially with, the current times, in 2023, just all the teams that go to attend the event, and then those that would be watching the event. When teams would get eliminated, they would watch the other games and things of that nature, learn from some of these pros. And so it would make the entire venue seem like it was completely sold out, like just jam-packed with people. And I just think that something like that would be huge for this scene. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about it. Will we go back to the CWL, or do you think we'll stay with the CDL? Let me know, guys. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about it in the comment section down below.